Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lovely Friday evening. You know how we do it right here on your #1 entertainment station, TV station for that matter. It is ETV Ghana, and we say we are your world of quality entertainment. So, tonight I have one superstar. That's how we do it. Bring your superstars close to you. That's what the late night celebrity show is all about. Have one fine boy trying to be all, cute and all that. Shut down fast, but I mean, when a guy, I'll be intimidated too with the guy in his eyes. Kakre baby, I reckon so abs, be no cry, a broiler no Ariano, because maybe be a broilers. Me really, to whom you have to say, hard guy. Oh, yeah, movie list. We broiler, tough, I say tough, boy. A broiler body, his own. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome on the show. You can join me on WhatsApp. It is 0202222054. That's the WhatsApp line. Send your messages, requests, anything you want to know about your favorite celebrity tonight. And he goes by the name Spanky Beatz. Like, not only does he play beat, he spanks. Now, Bassa will spank you. So, are you married?
No,
you are still not married?
Yeah.
But you have a girlfriend now?
Sure.
Do you spank?
I don't spank.
You what?
I don't spank. It's not a spank you're thinking of.
So, what do you do?
I spank beats.
That's what I'm asking. Oh, you say when I was young, money, broiler again. Charlie, what's up? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
How did the previous year, I mean, let's talk about the festive season. I mean, I think you were here before Xmas, right?
Yeah, sure.
How did Xmas go for you?
It was cool.
Yeah, that was flexing. It was cool. It was cars how? Yeah, no see talk.
It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. Church activities and all that. But you know me, I'm a church boy, so.
And
then.
And Humble Gospel.
That was a gospel. A drum of grace. It's a pure gospel.
That one's.
And also your gospel. Talking about love,
Oh, be a best everybody. Or be bia for one suit. Okay, did you play shows?
Last year, I think 1 or 2 shows. Yeah, I did. And it was successful, like good shows.
Did you do your own show?
No, I didn't do my own show. But I'm hoping to do my own show this year.
How did the EP fare? The last time you were here, say you were putting.
Yeah, the EP, I mean, it made sense to me and it made a lot of impact because, I was known to be a beat maker and I wanted people to know the other side of me, my vocal side. So I dropped the EP so people will get to know that, okay, guy, not so you understand. And I think it did the magic for me. People started following me, asking me when to drop my next song and all that. So it did magic for me. It was successful.
And with regards to that, so now are you going to focus more on vocals or beats, or you're going to blend it? Because now it's like the people are also receiving that side of you. Oh,
okay, so I'll blend it. I'll do both because I can't leave the beat making. I have passion in making beats.
How tough? How easy is it doing both? Because then will be the beats be better on your there.
I'm a fan. I'm a Tommy.
So no bet me anyway. Sampled versus.
It depends.
I just say shout out to Ajeze. Sampled versus original.
Ajeze.
When is that?
It's easier. It's easier for me. I have my own songs that I want to do. And so, other beats may not go with the kind of songs I want to do.
But then what if there's one that...
I can always be, creative to do my own stuff instead of just following what someone has already done.
But there are times that someone will drop something like, this beat here, I can get
like that. Okay, I don't really ride on people's beats. From day one, I don't do that. I love to be original, my own self.
So you don't sample beats? At all. All your beats are original?
Originally made from Spanky Beatz.
Yeah, who say beats be sampled versus...
Maybe.
Jesus saw he sample police. Is it bad to sample?
It's not bad. I think there are people who do really good sampling that would not be that obvious for people to get, but there are some too. Then you can get it. Trust me. And I've seen a lot of people play beat and they get their, inspiration from other beats before they start playing their beats. So, it's not a bad thing to sample.
It's not bad to sample.
It's not a bad thing to sample. You just find a beat that you think, Charlie, you can add something to it to make it look something nice. So I don't think it's a bad thing to sample. But for me, sampling, I just don't like sampling. I want to be, known. I want to be myself. Someone listens to my beat and they want to come to me. So I don't want to sound like another person or any other person. Yeah.
Does it warrant copyright issues when you sample?
Sampling of beats, I don't think it does. Because I've seen a lot of sampled beats that haven't been questioned till date. A lot of them.
Like which one?
A lot of them that I know.
I don't
want to mention people's projects.
I'm just asking, say so be a material because it's being in there.
Before I was coming, my mom told me not to talk about people, so I don't talk about people basically.
It's music, people. So a song to how is that people?
Before I was coming, my mom called me. Me say yes, mommy. I say me say okay. I say me nko kasa obi a ho.
And they say won kasa ho so.
Me kasa me ho.
That's how you be. And how you be.
Me ho.
That's how you be.
Sama me ho.
How you be.
Me.
Who you be?
Me obi we call Nigeria obi something. But me
kasa fa obi kasa fa.
Yes, me kasa fa obi ho, me kasa fa Spanky.
Into Spanky say watenyum. I sample. Any be say Spanky say nyum be not ya. Ya be say your boy you. You say nyum be.
Say me bonyum na obe ho ne papa no.
Nye nyum bia na ati ahu ayi.
It's nice, but don't worry.
Let's
talk about
Anyway, so it's not bad to sample.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Does that? My last question on something. Does that make the person or the engineer lazy?
In other sense, you can say yes. In other sense, you can say yes, and in other sense, you can say no. Yes means that I think it is easier for you to continue from where someone has already started, and now when your idea from something that before you can continue. And it is another thing to start from scrap. You have to come pour down your own ideas. It's rather tough to start from scrap rather than trying to add a feel and add something to what someone has already done. So in other terms, you can say yes. It's lazy to do that.
To do it as an easier way, but must say work smart.
Work smart, but it not be easy like that.
Let's go for a quick commercial break, and when I come back, Spanky is still in the studio. We're talking about his new sound. You're a superstar. Bye. Spanky Beatz. You saw the lady. They were following there. Yeah, that's Mercy B of Happy FM. I could drive. They be didn't share them. Mercy B video be didn't share them. And financial them didn't free them up here. Mercy for them share. Yeah, right there. I was spanking you more then. You be spanked. Shout out to the Coffee Princess Mercy B. So this is a new one from Spanky. He calls it Pakposhito. What is it with Gans and Pakposhito? So why is it
there's
like
nothing wrong with the title?
Okay, I think it was only Gas Milan or Cesan Yeno.
Shitolo.
But
apart from Gas Milan, there is no Pakposhito.
Oh, kicking me.
There is no Pakposhito in it.
Oh boy. Sa tomorrow Pakposhito kicking me. Why Pakposhito?
Pakposhito, what I was trying to say in the song is I was trying to urge men to give respect to women. You see, I feel
what's respect in Ghana?
What's respect?
How did they pronounce respect?
It's bule.
Bule. Now I say Pakposhito.
There is Pakposhito in the song, so I just titled the song Pakposhito. That's
okay, but then it's talking about respect.
Respect to women. I feel if you want someone to be something, you have to be an example. So the person must learn what you want to teach them. And so I want to be on the men because I'm a man. So I was just urging men to give respect to women, honor women. The fact that you are the head of the home doesn't mean, just like a king is ruling slaves, and you'll be maltreating them and beating them and doing them stuff. And expect that, there will be peace and happiness and joy, at, the home. It's best to do your part as a man. You don't have to think about what the woman does. I think once you start doing your part, there you can be an example, and then it is easier for you to, you know, push them into what you want them to understand about the whole relationship stuff.
So I think men don't respect women?
Some men I know don't respect women. A lot of women from my side don't respect
Some men
women.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of women I know. I don't know about you. I'm not talking about you. A lot of
women you know?
No, a lot of men I know do not respect women, sorry.
How come you only know people who don't respect women? Yeah, all the men I know, they respect women. Shouts to my dad.
I was thinking you would say shouts to yourself. Thank you very much for...
I'm not married yet.
The fact that you are not married yet doesn't mean you have no woman.
You're talking about relationship.
I'm talking about relationship, yes. I'm not talking about married. Necessarily married.
Relationship.
Yeah, are you sure, Foster? Yeah, oh, Foster, speak the truth. She's watching.
Okay. There she is. There she is. Hi. Yeah, I mean.
Really?
So you don't respect women?
No, I'm talking from. I'm a man. I respect women, but I'm a man. You see.
Show me your friend.
And you are my friend anyway.
Please, you are an artist I'm interviewing. I don't
but you are my friend. I know you.
I don't know you. If you know me, I don't know you. How can you be my friend? You are not my friend. Pet. I've denounced him. So how is it doing? The new one, Pakushito.
Okay, so I'm premiering it for the first time.
Oh, this is the first.
For the first time.
You know I would do it. You didn't tell me.
I mean, Mama
who say
first
time airplay on TV. Right here. Let's go back and play the track again. First time airplay, ETV Ghana, your world of quality entertainment. Spanky Beatz, Paku.
Shito.
Marshall. A Kofi Princess, the question. That is Spanky Beatz' new song. Is that your first single for 2022? Yeah, that's your first single. Is it of an EP or an album, or this one is just?
It's just a single.
Just a single too.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And he calls it Paku Shito. He says he's urging all men to respect women. I mean, yeah, if you're a man and you don't respect a woman, yeah, like you cry, what's up? Why would beat woman and disrespect woman? Nah, you dig like. My mom boom mad yeah. I mean, tell man say cry. Oh, boy, bassy.
More problem.
Oh, Obanos nanu e cat. Me boy, a casa dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta be romantic. Yeah, enter into the month of love and so on. Then, therefore, teach the men how to handle women. You know. Yeah. Because as you start to teach there, when will you get married?
Very
for
soon.
16 years. When will you get married?
Very soon. Sooner than soon.
Is that part of 2022 resolution?
What God will do.
Yeah.
On God.
So your girlfriend go fit talk say they respect him.
100%.
So you know they fight.
I'm like that too. I don't like me. God fearing.
Oh yeah, can you want some? So we try your intro. So this year, what's the plan for this year?
Okay, this year me what you call it? An album. Me person release it right after Paku Shito know about I think 15 songs in an album. Me release it. I mean after which I would divert into another course. So after the album, you are like I'm still doing. You're pausing music. No, I'm not pausing. I'm still doing music, but I'm changing the trend. Like I want to do something more motivational, something to, educate people more, something to teach people more. People will call it gospel, but I call it motivation. And my friend, my chair, oh, okay. So where you suffer? Me you suffer. Where you suffer? I sorry, be suffer. Oh, me you suffer. I was sorry, be. Sorry, I'm sorry, Cara Family Church. Then Cara Family Church. Oh wow, Cara Family Church. Mun be a branch of Kumasi. David, I'm person. Because one have be a one Kala. Oh, person won't pass. I mean, be you know. Joy. Break word for joy. So you're pastor there, youth pastor. So it's like the church is persuading you to. Yeah, we're a music pastor. No. I mean, it's a calling. That is what I feel. You know what I mean? And so, sure, when you listen to my songs, the EP, all the songs I have dropped, what say, I can say they are gospel songs because gospel doesn't necessarily mean you have to mention Jesus, Papa me per way, and I say Papa me per way. But the fact that you are teaching people to do things in the right way. I mean, it's gospel. Trust me. I did draw more, and draw more was like.
So you're going to do worship songs, you know?
I mean, if God asked me to do worship songs, you see, there is a big difference between someone who is called to do something and someone who has a passion to do it. A lot of gospel artists I have seen, I see say they do gospel music as in quote genre, and I say, you know, a part of music. Most of them, some of them, because they go to church and I think they do stuff in the choir, they feel say because I'm a Christian, I have to do gospel songs. But maybe you haven't been called to do gospel songs. Yeah. Because I listen to a lot of gospel songs and I'm like, yo, there is no inspiration, there is nothing to move me. But the fact that there is the Jesus factor in it, yes we, and then people term it as gospel. But gospel songs,
yes we,
people term it as gospel songs. But I mean, it can be love song. The fact that you are preaching love the right way is I mean, it's gospel. Like this, thing is purely gospel. Purely gospel.
Yeah, I think well, that's another discussion for another day. Gospel song on gospel song, because yeah, I mean, I think the education must come right for people to understand what actually is gospel and what is a spiritual song and what's a psalm, a hymn. You know, I'll go for a quick commercial break. When I come back, Pastor Spanky is still in the studio. Stay tuned. Superstar. He's still in the studios, and he says after he drops his album, he's taking a new course. Ooh. But then, so when is the album dropping?
Very soon. I think 2 months from now, 2 to 3 months from now.
15 songs on there, and then once you give that to us.
Say again?
Once you give that to us, you're changing the trend.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is that not going to affect the brand Spanky? Because people have followed you doing a particular song, and then now it's like your sound is going to change, etc.
I don't think that would have any, what you call it, negative effect on the brand, because I think I'll still be making beats. Trust me. The fact that I'm a child of God and I say I've called to do something doesn't change the fact that I have gifts and I say I have talents to use and to do something with it. Trust me, God blessed me with these talents, and it will be very, very useless for me to sit on these talents and these gifts. A lot of people, I don't know how they think. Some people think, say, because maybe you are called into this, you have to be to move out of who you are, you know, completely into something different. So you see a newly born again Christian, you want to talk to them and they are like some angels. They want to walk in the sky. You want to act and live in a certain way. And I'm like, yo, how can you live like that? The fact that you are a born again Christian doesn't mean you are not Kojo. You are still Kojo. God knows you, trust me.
People will say you're a gospel artist and then you're producing beats for secular people.
There is nothing like I have met a lot of pastors who are medical doctors who consults bodies, fetish, whatever. Lots of kind of people come to them and then they do what they have to do because they are doing their work, they are doing their job. The only thing I can do is I can make sure not to produce anything that has to do with vulgar content, things that, you know, would not speak well of me. That's it. But to stop playing beats, oh, no. It's like, I'm a Christian, so I won't work. It doesn't make sense.
Wow. So I was going to ask your sound, like you know what you call your sound, whether Afrobeat, high life, reggae. What? So now that you are switching, I don't know how to ask that. So the gospel are going to do Afro.
I mean, everything that comes, every idea, every creative idea that comes. The most important thing is the content, the message, what I preach out. Whether it's hip hop, whether it's Afro, whether it's dancehall, whether it's reggae, whether it's lavish rock, the content that comes out of it.
Because I was going to ask you about this thing KK Fosu said on an interview, or in an interview, that they should call every other song done by a Ghanaian artist, as long as it's secular, should be called hip life. we shouldn't segregate it and call this, you know,
dance or
yeah, dance or this is drill, this is that. It should all come under the umbrella of hip life so as to push hip life as a genre and then the country, because currently there's nothing representing Ghana in the world space. Do you agree to that?
Okay, he would have his own reasons, but I think the genre will speak for itself. What I'm expecting him to say is that he should empower people to do more high life songs instead of they doing dance or hip hop song, and then we're trying to channel it and now we're trying to push it into high life, which doesn't make sense. It will look like we are not inclined or we don't know what we're doing.
No, but he's of the view that if you once you're speaking tree and you're singing, it's hip life. But that because hip hop is our culture.
But that's not true. Once you speak tree and you are singing on hip hop timing, and I say you are singing on a hip hop groove, you can't call it high life.
Hip life.
You can't call it hip life either.
What do you call it?
It is the genre that speaks for the what you call the music, the groove, the style, not the language.
So what's the difference? Hip life, hip hop.
Okay. Hip hop is solely what we know. I don't know if you understand. It's like drop beats. We know the hip hop groove, and people doing their rapping, solely rapping on the hip hop beat. And hip life is a mixture of high life and then the rapping.
But then in some of the hip hop songs, they sing.
Most of the hip hop songs, most of the songs we call hip hop songs, sometimes are not hip hop songs. The other time, a friend of mine, we are all music producers, and we were what do you call it? Arguing on a song. The song "Love Me More, Don't Hate Me More" by Redman and then I think Beenie Man or so.
Yeah.
And then they were saying it's a dancehall music. We went and then we checked and it wasn't dancehall, it was R&B. You understand? So some of them.
Who names them? Is it the artist himself? Is it the sound maker? Is it the engineer? Is it the industry? Who names it?
It depends on who drops the song. Sometimes it depends, because I know when you want to drop a song on the internet, and I say when you want to drop a song on digital stores, there are forms, there are spaces for you to fill before you drop the song. So the spaces you fill, that is what picks, you know, comes with the song. That is what people get to know the kind of song you have dropped. You understand? So but sometimes the artists or the people that drop the song also make mistakes.
Exactly what I was going on, because then like for like you were saying as a beat maker, you will know the timing and you will know all the, you know, whatever jargons that go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So then would you say that even though they called it R&B, would you say it's a hip hop?
Depending if I hear the song. Yeah, I mean if I hear the song and it sounds like, no, this is more hip hop. I won't call it cool and I say blues and I say R&B. I'll call it hip hop.
But even a Miami,
but it's hip hop. You may not know.
So hip life is the mixture of this
rap music and then high life. It was then high life, and already rap music ni raga ni we share, so they blend and with the two together, and then it became high life. That was when some in my time by, you know, what you call it, this guy was saying Dr. Pabubo, and then Exo would rap and all that. So that was hip life fully, because it's a mixture of high life and the rap thing. But when someone is doing solely dance or like way, you know, Robbie Moy, you know, and all that, you can't say because if you are what to train your mentality, then you say it's high life. It doesn't even qualify, and I say it doesn't even add value to the high life we are doing.
But then the Jamaicans are complaining that we are not doing
the proper dance.
Exactly. So then why do we call it dancehall if it doesn't even meet the standard of dancehall?
We are trying to do it, but we are doing it. Trust me, we are doing well. Ghana is doing very, very well. I would say Ghana is the only country that we have been able to stand up to work on a lot of genres. When you go to Australia, we know them to, you know, their country music thing. When you go to America, the United States, we know them. In the UK, Canada, and some other countries, we know them to be doing hip hop and R&B. But Ghana, we are doing almost everything. Trust me. So we are doing very well, and we are doing it very well. But there are some Stone Boy songs, it depends. You see, most of these guys that we're talking about, the Shatawale, Stoneboy, Jupiter and all that, when you listen to them carefully, some of their songs are like really, really dancehall, reggae dancehall songs. But you know, they are in Africa, they are in Ghana, they have to market themselves. So most of the songs that hit, that we hear, are not the typical dance. So when you ask Stoneboy, he will tell you he's doing Afro dancehall because he knows.
So why not call it hip life? Why call it Afro dancehall when Afro isn't Ghana? Why not call it hip life or hip hop or something just to push the name hip life and Ghana? Because then it means that there's nothing representing Ghana. And that's what he.
Yeah, and then, so I said in some extent he makes sense, but not fully. In some extent, he makes sense because they have other songs that are typical dancehall songs. There are other songs that I've heard from Manifest and Sack and other guys like Strongman that are typical, you know, hip hop song. Despite the fact that they were doing their flow in tree, but it is a typical hip hop song, and you can't force it. You can't force it. Where's our what do you call it? Hip high life, no hip life, no feel, no the original feel of the high life. You know, about anything like that, calling it hip life. People wouldn't even have a lot of respect and value for the high life music.
So how do we promote hip life? Because now, in like how many years I've sat here interviewing artists in and out. Yeah. I've not heard anyone say I'm a hip life artist.
I mean, it's the trend. We have moved. Sometimes I would also blame Ghana DJs. I have been there. I've had a lot of fights with most of the Ghana DJs because nowadays, I don't know, gone are the days, there are parties and you will hear like another style of music from Exto, another style of music from Bookback, another style of music from VIP, then another style of music from Bandana, whoever, and they were able to, you know, cue all the songs during parties and all that. But right now, you go to a club and I say you go to a party, you want to give a DJ your song to play, he will tell you now he's playing a particular genre trend of music, tempo, BPM of music, and then there is no way he will change. And most of the times they have pushed a lot of guys to do what they don't want to do because the way they're cost, the way they're trend, the way I would demand DJ now on board.
So what do we do?
What we have to do is we have to love our own. We have to cherish what we do, trust me. Once we start cherishing it, once we start missing what we do, once we start putting value on the high life, hip life thing we do, trust me, lots of people will be pushed to do it. We are not promoting the DJs, trust me, I'll say this, and Ghanaians, like Ghanaians in general, we are not really embracing your starter, you know, from Titi, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it is difficult. We are all making, you know, music for some other means, reasons, maybe for money, for fame, and for any other thing, you understand? So I can't say I'll stick solely to hip life, high life, and be there. No one plays my song. I won't get, like, I won't be heard, and I'm playing it over and over, and nobody gives me ears to that, trust me. So I believe once we start, appreciating what we do, now we start giving ears to our own high life, hip life. Now a lot of people that we see them playing the Afrobeat, the dancehall, will be pushed and moved to do high life, hip life.
That's a future.
Well, I mean, it can happen so soon. Once we decide, it's just a decision.
Who's doing the decision? Music at Kregu. I'm going for a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. And definitely will bring you closer to your superstars. This is ETV Ghana, your order of quality entertainment, and this is the late night celebrity show with me, Foster Romanos, and I have Spanky Beatz right here with me, who's dropped a new one he calls Bakbu Shito. Spanky says, oh, you call your also. Dear friend, yes, running. Oh, they are too. Now that we are done and you're going into gospel, you're saying you're switching your sound, or you know, what would you say about the gospel scene? Gospel scene,
I think it's a big what do you call it task. You know, it's not as easy and as light as some of the, you know, gospel, what do you call it? I mean, artists that started earlier took it. Okay, I think it's a big task, and and I'm like, I mean this. I want to do this. Trust me, the right way, the better way. I wouldn't say I'm doing gospel and then I start and tomorrow I'll say my bread and say I'm coming back like some people that I have seen in the industry that I haven't mentioned anybody's name yet. But this is.
I won't really talk about you mentioning anyone's name. But then I was going to ask. They left and they came back, or they left and they are coming back. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know whether they are still jogging and I say they are coming to play the real match.
Gospel beef loading.
But I think it's a big task. It's a calling, like I said earlier. I mean, it shouldn't just be a genre in quotes that you think, maybe I'm a church person, so I'm in a choir, and so let me just do gospel music because I think I'm a child of God. So no, it's a calling.
If you don't do gospel, your
pastor,
your pastor, and then you
will talk about you.
They will say that
we'll lash you small.
You've gone to join Bronzam.
Oh no, that's not true. That's not it. That's not it. That's not.
And that's why they do the gospel.
That's why they do the gospel. And then they are doing it for the wrong reasons because I believe you really have to be called into it. Trust me. Oh, gospel say afraid obia. When you listen to the content, you get it. Trust me. We have seen a lot of them that when you listen to their songs, oh, he's just asking. It's just asking. I don't want to sing song. I just don't want to sing song.
They are asking what?
They are asking. Papa, yeah, way, mommy, Papa, show me. Papa, obeku, Papa, say, and it's just asking. That is not gospel.
But what should the gospel be?
You should preach.
Preach what?
Preach the good word.
And your mommy, so I.
Your mommy is not preaching. Every crampo, yeah, what do you call it? In Kutianyum. Abunsama, yes, Abunsama, or joggy or train. It is not about the enemy. We know he exists. He came to steal, kill, and destroy. We know. Talk to someone.
Fire! Are you here?
Praise the Lord, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So where are you here?
Oh, Mimi in Kasa.
When are you here?
I know why I'm here, so I won't say where are you.
Dana Hamilton said something in an interview with Dr. Khan that instrumentalists should be paid.
I agree with her 100%.
Why should they be paid?
Most instrumentalists that I know as a music producer, they schooled for them to become instrumentalists. I know a couple of them. Omuko home school, purposely they paid huge sums of money. They invested in their time, whatever, to get to have the knowledge that they have now, trust me. And so for people like that, you can't just bring them to your church and expect them to play and then go. That is what they feed on. Just like someone will go to the medical school. So it depends. So you see, I've seen a lot of great musicians that plays very well. Because they know, say, if it comes to Asori, you can say sacrifice or yes, sacrifice. Meanwhile, that is what they do. And there are some other churches that we know that pastors are being paid. You understand? So
you're saying as long as they pay pastors, that they should pay?
I'm not saying as long as they pay pastors, they should pay them.
Oh, you're saying
the
pastors
fact that
are paid.
I said some pastors are being paid, not all pastors. But what I'm trying to say is that it depends on the kind of person you are calling as an instrumentalist to come and play in your church. When a man be, or your software, then buy a guy's story. Baku keyboard, Baku, and he even pays for the young guys in the church to go and learn. So after that, you don't expect him to pay you. Trust me. But Ukofre Obia, he is a professional instrumentalist. You have to pay them.
So then, at what point does it become service?
Service. It depends. I'm saying this because I'm an instrumentalist. I have decided to play as my service to God in the church. It is my own personal decisions.
Okay.
I have other stuff that I do professionally. But there are some people, that's what any job or
So what about
the service?
What about the musicians too?
That sing in church?
No, like those that they are called to come and minister at another church and they are charging, pay me this to come.
That one too, not easy. I don't want to talk about that one. That one, the whole story.
I'm asking because I want to know from you that are you going to also charge?
You see, it depends. Trust me. To even get instrumentalists to play, rehearse with you, to go for a show with you, it involves a lot of money. So sometimes you ask if they don't take money, where are they going to get money to pay the guys from? And the guys, once you go with them for the first time, you don't pay them. Move from one, they won't come. They won't come. They won't even come because that is what they also, you know, used to do their rounds and used to take care of their families and all that. So there are reasons why they take money. But that's it. A bit depending. A bit depending. Because now, let me say me here, what you call it, gospel music, and then I have to work with the team. Let's say I'm paying the bass guitarist, I'm paying whoever, I have about 16 instrumentalists I'm working with. Hey, first time, I'm going to scan away. Every him fan.
Every day.
Or the mommy every him.
That's all. No, how about hell?
And sometimes no, every day names and now, how me will depend on the kind of shows are on one can be mommy. You wouldn't know. How would you know? Say show now me and I'm already mommy. How would you know? God uses people to bless people. You know that. You know that. You know that. God uses people to bless people.
I don't know what you talk about. But I know that God blesses people through people. But I know this conversation about gospel, the whole gospel industry, I think it's one that needs a lot of attention. The question is there even an industry? Should it be an industry or should it be a ministry? You get it? Because it's assumed that as a gospel artist, you're doing it for God. Like you say, you're preaching. And going out to say that, repent, the kingdom of God is at hand. You decide to add rhythm to it. And make it repent, the kingdom of God. So, I mean, it's the message. So, how come? And yes, idea, bro. So now you see that's what's generating all these questions and all these. I don't know whether I should call it confusion, because then you have people who are also in it, who are not really like in it for the service and also I know. And I mean, I was going to ask you the music, music, you remember, right?
Music, I used to be a member.
How are you a member and no more a member? Did you send a resignation letter?
Because then I was contributing, but I'm not more contributing. So
okay, so now you don't contribute anymore.
So I used to be a member.
Okay, and then let's come back from it.
I can't say I'm a member when I know nothing. I don't know anything.
I was going to ask if it's only for secular acts or it goes.
As for music, let's talk about something.
So I mean, our time is almost up though. Let's. I mean, your fans know that you're switching to a new.
Yeah. Not now. Not as in now. After I dropped the.
After you dropped the
album, yeah.
But I mean, I don't understand why it's after the EP, after the album.
Because I have good songs I have to drop first. I don't have to just let them go.
So you are giving us the sinful songs.
No, they are not sinful songs. So they are not sinful songs. So as you may think, they are not sinful songs. They are. I mean, good songs. Nothing. I don't do such songs. You know me, Foster. You know me. I don't do such.
Spanky Beatz. Will you still keep the name Spanky Beatz?
Yeah, I mean that's my production's name. But when I switch, I'll use my own name, my personal name.
Which is
McDot. You have fancy name or you don't know?
But you're McDot. And your final words, a pretty catch your offense.
Final words, and pretty catch your fans to say, Charlie, they should keep supporting Spanky Beatz. Trust me.
So what's this idea?
That's all. They should just keep supporting me. And God bless them all for supporting me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtains to tonight's show. My name, as usual, Foster Romanus, and I did this with very soon to be Reverend.
Reverend Dada, own name.
So I think I'll be back with you, Reverend McDot. Are you here? My preaching.
I'm here.
Preaching and find.
I am here.
Okay. You are here, right?
Yes, I am here.
Preaching and.
Someone say someone was my pastor.
Oh.
Someone say me preaching.
My job preaching.
No, job preaching.
Someone is to buy. Me jam is to buy my code. Ladies and gentlemen, at the same time next week. See you. Bye bye.